My roommate in college as a freshman was a man named Sam, and he was one of the smartest guys that I ever met. At only 18 years old as a freshman, he spoke 7 languages and got straight A's in class, and he read extensively. And it was a great roommate to have for a freshman in college. It was like having my own built-in tutor that could help me with my tests and preparing my papers and things like that. But Sam was not very good at some other things, like sports. He wasn't real good at sports, and he was probably the worst driver that I've ever seen. I only drove with him once up to town to get some groceries for our dorm room, and I said, Sam, from now on, if we go somewhere, I'll be driving. I'm never driving with you again. And almost anything mechanical or that required assembly or maps or directions, he had a hard time with that, although he spoke 7 languages and the straight A's and stuff. And he was had a problem with some social skills, like meeting some other people, and he overanalyzed almost everything. But Sam was a professed atheist, and he dabbled a little bit in the occult by reading tarot cards and horoscopes and things like that, and astrology. We were kind of like the odd couple in college. But Sam brought my faith stronger because one of the things that we did was argue about God in the Catholic Church. And he'd always, these arguments were kind of like how we should be arguing about politics these days, you know. We should be able to argue. We were friends, but we would try to kind of encourage each other, our ideas. And I was very strong in my faith, but it's good to have someone like that to question your faith and stuff. And so with all the knowledge that Sam would have and the book smarts that he had, I would say that he was not very wise because he didn't believe in Jesus and was not looking for him. He was always searching for something, and that something was right in front of him, but he wouldn't accept that. Sadly, between my freshman and sophomore year in college, Sam died in a car accident. And I just hoped that in our conversations, that little spark from being an atheist to meeting someone that loved Jesus, even at 18-year-old, with my whole heart, that my star, my questioning him and giving him a symbol of what faith could be in your life, that he accepted Jesus into his life and was saved. And I think that's one reason that God may have put me with this person at that odd couple in college. You know, we send our kids to school to learn knowledge. However, we also hope that they gain wisdom, We also trust that we have given them a good foundation to help them find their star. Wisdom, my favorite definition for wisdom, is knowing what to seek. Isaiah, in the first reading, paints a picture of the people of God, the church, of what the church should look like. We are to reflect the light of the world so that all nations can come to Jesus. That's what the Epiphany is. The welcoming of the Gentiles, the welcoming of all nations. Everybody's welcome to know Christ's love and his light. When we do, and when we teach people, all people gathered together in Christ will bear our finest gifts, proclaiming the praises of the Lord. The gospel tells us that the star led the wise men to Jesus after he had been born in Bethlehem, land of Judea. They had seen the star in their homeland far off in the east, hundreds of miles, maybe thousands of miles. And it must have been a great journey, maybe 2 years, a journey to come see the star, to see the newborn king. But their efforts and sacrifice were eventually rewarded when they found him, Jesus. The wise men bring the child their finest gifts and tell others all that they had seen. And they leave after seeing Jesus, changed men. Their hearts were changed. The 3 wise men represent all the people of the world. The star that they follow is symbolic of faith that brings people to Christ. God uses many people to bring us to Jesus. In his own way, he brought me Sam, my freshman college roommate, to bring me closer to Jesus, to have that star burning brightly. Even though he didn't believe in Jesus, for me, he was a star to make me search my faith deeper and to make sure that, you know, we all question our faith from time to time, to make sure that I studied and learned that this faith is true. Some people are drawn to Jesus by their own children or grandchildren, or children by their grandparents. And others are drawn to Christian by respect of those that they meet. It's a star. You can be a star to people that leads them to faith. But all that matters, no matter who brings you, that every way that we're drawn to Jesus and Jesus is a star. And I hope that I'm a star for others to see, and you should hope that too. You are the light of the world, it says in Matthew, earlier in Matthew, and thus you are a star which draws people to Jesus. There are some people that God has planned to draw Jesus by your light. Some people don't know about Jesus and will be drawn because you believe in Jesus. And much like the wise men were drawn by the star, to the star, these people are searching for Jesus, but they are searching you out too. So we can be a star, and we could shine like the stars in the sky and reflect the glory of God by the way we lead our lives, so that these seekers, like the wise men, will seek and find Jesus through you. The wise men were seeking wisdom, and wisdom is knowing what to seek. So I challenge you to follow that star of faith, to put Christ first in your life, to judge all things in relationship to God. We might ask ourselves, what are the stars I follow in my life? Where do I put my faith? Some people follow the stars of Hollywood. That might not be a great idea. Some people might follow the stars of sports, be a sports star. But the ones that we should follow are the ones that are following Jesus to be a star in their light. Today, millions of people are seeking this Jesus out. And it is our duty to become a star, to lead them to Christ. It is people like you and me who have already found and know this great Jesus that can lead them. Don't just talk about him when you get a chance, but show people by the way that you live your life. Be that star. Actions speak louder than words. Every Christian should try to be the star that leads others by example and words to Jesus. By our unity, our lives, and our witness, we too can be the stars to lead people to Jesus, to reveal Jesus Christ indeed is a light and star of the world.